get some spring gold medalists out of the trifecta or the trio running in the Warwick Stakes today, Max.
And I think Volante today is going to be a horse that's done well in the paddock. It's going to be an improved
1,000 metres mark. The pace is muddling. Nothing like a Dane on the outside. Pulling is just shading Noble Dane a length away. Volante keen to go faster. Now Beedman allowed Saintly to get a bit closer to them with the pace so slow up front, and just about 5 off the lead. They're very tightly packed at the 600. Noble Dane on the inside. Nothing like a Dane in the centre, and Volante is about to whip up 3 deep. Saintly right on their heels as they come to the corner, followed by Roadworthy. Dupan is taking off, and then Patonk and Bruego as they come around the turn, and now they're really flying. Volante has raced up to head. Nothing like a Dane, and Volante exploded to the front. Volante put about 2.5 on. Saintly getting to second. Nothing like a Dane has called it a day, followed by Dupan, but it's all Volante. Mighty Mick, Jeff and Beryl White's great 4-year-old Volante is annihilating them in the Warwick Stakes. He wins pulling up by 3.5 lengths to Saintly. Third, Duke come around the turn, and now they're really flying. Volante has raced up to head. Nothing like a Dane, and Volante exploded to the front. Volante put about 2.5 on. Saintly getting to second. Nothing like a Dane has called it a day, followed by Dupan, but it's all Volante. Mighty Mick, Jeff and Beryl White's great 4-year-old Volante is annihilating them in the Warwick Stakes. He wins pulling up by 3.5 lengths to Saintly. Third, Dupan, followed by Nothing Like a Dane and Bruego.
Out of the group in this race, Volante was sensational. Saintly was pretty good too. Follow them both, and Dupain.
Volante, I would say the performance of the week, an outstanding horse. And
Super Sleuth third, Mahogany fourth, the Penny going up 3 deep, and then Saintly joined on the outside by Ken Bell, a gap to Electronic, followed by Donar with Pratara's Bay last as they come to the 600 metres mark. Nearing the turn, the Penny made a lightning move on the outside and raced to the front from Double Take, and Nothing Like a Dane as they come around the turn. Mahogany is 3 wide with the red cap, wider out in the bright pink as Ken Bell, and Saintly is strung up between horses as they turn for home. He's cutting back to the inside now. In the straight 300 out, the Penny tackled by Nothing Like a Dane. Saintly gets the inside run, and he's darted through now, and Saintly left them standing. Look at this turn of foot. Saintly put 3 lengths on Nothing Like a Dane. Donar charging home late, but it's all Saintly in the Hill Stakes. Beedman takes hold, and he coasted over the wire to beat Nothing Like a Dane with Donar third.
Saintly odds on and magnificent. The Metropolitan Handicap is on the agenda as he heads towards the Melbourne Cup.
Saintly impressive yesterday, but how good is Volante?
Oh, Volante's very good, but I don't know. I might be backing Saintly to beat them at their next clash. Saintly just has started to blossom at the right time. They're both outstanding horses, and it is going to be a great clash. This is building up to one of the great springs, Keith. Well, I'd be backing Saintly to win anything. Metropolitan, Melbourne Cup, Cox Plate on that performance yesterday.
I know if they've got the Melbourne Cup ready for you, because you can keep the 10th one. Do you think they've got it ready yet?
Oh, no, they better have it polished up, because you never know, a bloke might need it.
It is. The Vic Health Cup, another Group 1 race over 1,400 metres. Who'll win that? I don't know. I know I don't like Encosta de Lago. A 3-year-old from the outside alley, he's just got too much against him. And in the
field where Buzz-Off has firmed now into about the $3.25 quote on the tote. This is now for number 17 Encosta de Lago. He's been solidly supported. He's come in to a figure not unlike he's won on the tote at the present time. He's about the thing.
Matsky jumped well on the inside. A little slow Buzz-Off getting back in the early stages of the race now. And next in the field, 600 metres to go. Dry Humour, followed by Pearl Prince getting up on the inside. And Costa de Lago's creeping closer, followed by Scenic Royale, Lockray, Buzz-Off a fair way back before the turn. Cuttery Lane, simple as that. Another excuse and follow the riders last when they corner. Blazing Sun on the inside. Zuccarino wider out. Sober Suit coming at them. You Remember looking for a way clear on the inside. Scenic Royale is coming with Lockray on the outside. Zuccarino tackled by Scenic Royale, who dashes to the front now. Then Lockray, simple as that, coming down the outside. But it's Scenic Royale in front, and Costa de Lago switches to the inside. He's flying in Costa de Lago. He's got there. Mighty win in Costa de Lago beats Scenic Royale. Zuccarino wider out. Sober Suit coming at them. You Remember looking for a way clear on the inside. Scenic Royale is coming with Lockray on the outside. Zuccarino tackled by Scenic Royale, who dashes to the front now. Then Lockray, simple as that, coming down the outside, but it's Scenic Royale in front, and Costa del Lago switches to the inside. He's flying in Costa del Lago. He's got there. Mighty win in Costa del Lago beats Scenic Royale. Third, a photo of the Civilizado Lockray. They were followed further back by Matsky, and then You Remember from Sobers.
Oh, that was one of the most exciting wins I think you'll see for a long, long time on a race course. For those of you that actually watched this horse, the trouble he got into prior to the home turn, Greg, I know you and I, we only
have to remember about in Costa del Lago. Before today, he'd only had 4 starts. He'd only won 1 race, and that was his last start win in the Group 2 Ascot Vale Stakes, in which Lago is. And today, he's beaten older horses at his 5th start in a Group 1 race. Even
in a moment, 5.10, the winner, 2.30. Geez, held up well on the tote.
You'll never see 5.10 about him again.
No. Since
all calm, collected runs, and he was just climbing over their back, so I was just flat out holding him in behind him. And then when he got out, he just let rip, and he's a very good horse. And
first time in my memory, Max, you go back a lot longer, of course, it's 7-1 the field in a weight for age race. Can you remember?
Of course, the big question with the Underwood is, can Darren Beadman get Octagonal to show something like his best form?
Number 11, and he's come up favourite again, Octagonal. The big O is $3 and $1.30. I believe he opened about. Darren Beadman, who hasn't been on his back since he brilliantly won the AJC Derby at Randwick.
Blinkers off.
Blinkers off. They're not and
firmer punters, if you can get that trigger finger happening. Doremus is the one that has firmed into the outright favouritism. Here's Greg Miles.
Racing in the Underwood Stakes, and Toil was one of the Knights, and Count Chivas 1.5 to Remus, and he's followed by Seascape the outside. Boart back on the rail. Beadman setting Octagonal to make him, setting him alight to make a run around the outside with about 600 to go. He's 3 wide around Dupain and French Resort, and 2 to Alcove. Station Hand took a slender lead from Celius, who's got the rails, and Sir Boom coming at them on the outside. Clear of Circles of Gold, Cheviot, Furama Knights round the outside, followed by Count Chivas. Doremus behind him, hard ridden, and Octagonal the widest into the straight now. Bunched at the top of the straight. Celius took the lead now from Station Hand. Running on Furama Knight, Sir Boom. Toil is barging into the open. Count Chivas coming down the outside with Octagonal. He's putting in on the outside. Celius the leader. Count Chivas and Octagonal. Octagonal and Count Chivas. Octagonal, he's back. Octagonal's won it by a long neck to either Count Chivas or Seascape. The mighty horse is back, folks. Dupain next, followed by Doremus. They're trailed him as last.
But Darren Beadman knows him like the back of his hand, and he had the horse firing. Did just notorious leaders track here last start. When I say it's got problems, that's what I mean. Horses weren't coming from behind. But he brought him to the outside. Now watch this bump. He'll get one in a minute. Bang. And put off stride, but he never really shirked his task, did he? So Jack Ingham, one of the part owners, his brother Bob wouldn't be there today, but there's Jack Ingham, a very proud man, and I think it was
just have a listen to this.
The big O, Octagonal, 480 and 230. Oh, the Swans are certainties now, aren't they? Aren't they, Morals?
Seascape is the horse immediately inside of him. Now, they're on the left of your screen. Octagonal starts to lay in here. You'll see him take Seascape inwards, really takes him inwards. Knocks him on towards, looks to be Count Chivas there. They come apart. Octagonal starts to drift in again. He's come in some 4 or 5 horses almost there. If
it is up.
Here's the practice siren. It's on, punters.
We have dramas afoot.
This is unbelievable.
It looks like we've got a protest, third against first and second, and approaching the turn and in the straight. So
the protest, third against first, has been dismissed. Protest, third against second, has been upheld.
There you go. Octagonal keeps the race, punters. That is the big news. And, oh, gee, isn't it great to see a champion back in the winner's stall? That is one of the most marvellous spring carnivals you're ever wishing to see. We're going to have Falante, Saintly. We're going to have Octagonal back on song. And you are going to see racing at its absolute best in the month ahead.
But the real hero was Darren Beadman. 5 Group 1 wins from 5 rides. A devout Christian, Beadman had rival jockey Greg Hall in awe.
I hate the fun.
You are God.
There's
a miracle man, you are.
There's only one Lord, buddy.
He sent you down here.
And manna from heaven for those who stuck with Octagonal, 7-1 about the champion beating Seascape and Count Chivas. And
something happened. It was a different Octagonal, and it told us, I suppose, that we shouldn't ride off a champion. I did, prematurely, but Octagonal without the blinkers and with a different horse in the Underwood at Cook.
Despite a very, very good performance, Darren Beedman still figures that Octagonal is not back to the form he displayed in the autumn.
This horse I have in the stables. It's the weight that's been beating all our mob. I think he's the best weighted horse in the Epsom.
And see if they're altered at all. Falante, as I speak, is into 280. A short price for an Epsom, but gee, he's going to be hard to beat. He represents such class. All their mob is out of point to $9.50. Buzz off is at $34.
In fact, he bounded well clear of Falante. Catalan opening began well, so did Flight to Fantasy the first corner. Flight to Fantasy, Payment, Auntie Mary, and Buzz off back with the tail enders as they come to the 600 mark. Flight to Fantasy, the leader. 2 lengths on Sober Suit, Falante on the outside. All our mob getting a nice run, followed by Catalan opening, Magic Road, then Clear Rose and Iron Horse off the track, followed by Peruzzi as they turn from Social Rule, and Shame is a mile back with Roy Lopez as they come over the rise. Flight to Fantasy about to be tackled by Falante, which has breezed up on the outside, and Falante exploded to the front at the 200 mark. Catalan opening and all our mob are running on well, followed by Iron Horse, but it's all Falante with 100 to go. All our mob is trying his heart out, but Falante, like the shooting star from which he gets his name, comes right away to win the Epsom brilliantly from all our mob, and Iron Horse has run third. Buzz off a big run from Catalan opening, Peruzzi, Flight to Fantasy, and then What
a run. But this super racehorse Falante is giving his Epsom rivals a bath. Falante 4 on all our mob, Iron Horse third, but Falante, super racehorse, second.
Brian York. That was a top-class horse against good horses. He was far too good. He toyed with them. He's won by about 3 lengths, perhaps a touch more. And look at him go, Falante. Cox Plate, here I come, he announced as he streaked away from this field.
Yes, he is a shooting star, there's no doubt about that, and he set a new record in the Epsom, winning in 133 points.
Behind the barrier for the 1600 metre Caulfield Guineas. Number 2 in Costa del Lago, $1.60 for $1. That's odds of about 7-4 on. 15's into Gaze. Alpha from the Bart Cummings stable at 6s. West Point still showing at $5.50, odds of 9-2. Portland Player at 3rd.
Last of all, 10 lengths covered the Guineas field onto the side now. Heading to the 800 metre mark, Tarn Purlane's lead only half a length to West Point now. Devil's Day in the outside is 3rd. 4th on the rail, Portland Player in Costa del Lago, the outside of those. Couple of lengths to Intergaze, and then Anthems on the inside. And Alpha is last of all at the 600. And Tarn Purlane by about a half a length here to West Point. Devil's Dane in Costa del Lago getting through between horses now coming into it. And then Portland Player on the rail from Intergaze, Anthems and Alpha at the turn now. And Tarn Purlane the leader into the straight, a length and a half clear from West Point. In Costa del Lago, Pop the Question on the outside, and then Portland Player. Tarn Purlane at the 300, tackled by Portland Player, West Point, and in Costa del Lago. The favourite's got a bit of work to do here. On the outside, Intergaze is coming with a rush, and Alpha down the outside. It's Intergaze and Alpha. Intergaze and Alpha from in Costa del Lago. Intergaze and Alpha. Alpha goes home the best, and Alpha wins it by a head to Intergaze, and 3rd in Costa del Lago.
Then about 2 lengths to West Point, and here comes in Costa del Lago down the outside. Portland Player getting a run between horses, and they're followed by Intergaze, who's also coming home well in Costa del Lago, about to be tackled by Intergaze. Portland Player, Alpha storming down the outside with a big run. Here's a great finish coming up. Alpha, Intergaze goes to the front. Alpha coming in, Alpha on the outside. Intergaze, Alpha for Tasmania won the Guineas. Ahead to Intergaze, and Costa del Lago has run 3rd, followed by Portland Player, Anthems, West Point, Tarn Purlane.
What a nice horse.
Alpha eased from 5-1 out to 8-1 and the second fastest Guineas in more than 40 years. In Costa del Lago, disappointing, Friedman says he's probably essentially a sprinter.
One race on the pack in the straight. Alpha, 11 starts, 9 wins, and gave Bart Cummings his first Caulfield Guineas for 22 years. Juggler's a favourite. Juggler, I'm sure, will start favourite on the day. I noticed one newspaper scribe this morning, Lloyd Williams in the Sunday Herald Sun, said it's a certainty in the Cox Plate. I think he'll win, Juggler. Max, he's the most improved horse in Australia. There's the Michael Iskander market.
Yeah, he'll have a nice job beating Falante. What do you think, Jim Cassidy?
I'm with you.
Jim Cassidy?
I'm with you, Max. I think Falante's...
Yeah. Word of warning, I reckon Saintly will improve dramatically in next Saturday's Cox Plate.
Number 1, Juggler, is showing at 5-2, $3.60 for $1. Number 2, All Our Mob is a 16-1 chance. Number 3, Octagonal, is out to 5-1. Number 4, Saintly at 4-1. Number 5, Volante, $3.70, almost 11 to 4. Just up.
Line, Crying Game a bit slow into stride, and All Our Mob bounce quickly with Adventurous. Crying Game picking up ground. Volante and Juggler away well. Further out, All Our Mob, Adventurous in front, down to the winning post now from Crying Game and Volante third. All Our Mob goes back fourth out. In the Cox Plate, and Crying Game goes up to Adventurous. 2.5 further back, Volante. 3 further back, All Our Mob. Juggler on the outside a bit, 3/4. 2 to Saintly, 1.5 Anthems, and 2 to Octagonal, still 12 lengths off them around the turn at the 800 metre mark. Crying Game took over now from Adventurous. Volante comes out now for Dittman and is striding quickly to the lead now. A length further back, All Our Mob. They're followed by Juggler. Saintly peeling out deep, and then Anthems. They're bunching up. 600 to go in the plate. Octagonal last, but coming out now. He's about 4 lengths off them. Crying Game is grabbed by Volante. Juggler wider out on the track with All Our Mob, and Saintly putting in a run out wider. All Our Mob and Volante being tackled by Juggler, and the widest runner is Saintly with a run. All Our Mob, Volante now from Juggler and Saintly. 4 in line, 2 to Octagonal. They turn for home, and the whips are cracking. It's All Our Mob, Saintly, Juggler and Volante. Here's a great go, 150 to go. Volante, Saintly coming at it on the outside. Saintly getting up to Volante and Juggler the centre. Saintly on the outside. Volante strikes back, dead heat. Saintly may be a nose. Volante, nothing in it.
Octagonal, Volante and All Our Mob are the joint leaders turning for home. 3 deep is Juggler. Saintly got on the wrong leg and made the bend awkwardly. It's Volante, Juggler, All Our Mob running a mighty race, and here's Saintly with the last charge down the outside. Saintly coming at Volante. Saintly and Volante saw nothing in it. Saintly or Volante couldn't pick it. Saintly and Volante in a mighty finish. Juggler and All Our Mob are in a photo for third, followed by Volante and All Our Mob are coming to the turn together with Juggler and Saintly coming at them on the outside, clear of Octagonal. They're at the turn, All Our Mob and Volante, who's desperately hard-ridden, lead Juggler and Saintly out wide, who wobbled a bit round the turn. It's Volante again in front. Volante on the inside from Juggler coming at him, and Saintly out wide, then All Our Mob. Volante the inside, Saintly pegging him back at every stride with Juggler. It's Saintly on the outside and Volante, they hit the line. I don't know, between Saintly the outside and Volante, it's very close between.
In a deceptive finish, Saintly's big head, a big advantage. Crabbing around the turn like Kingston Town, his courage prevailed in a memorable win.
It's official. Saintly is first.
He's got there. Thorough the mantle of genius. It's Bart Cummings. Look, it's only a lip. Oh, boy. I'm surprised they got the number up as quickly as they did.
In a memorable win, and a Frankie Dettori dismount to top a unique race.
It's just a dream come true. It's a race that's eluded me out of my career for the last 14 years, and I've desperately wanted to win it. And it's
Saintly eased out from 7 to 2 to 5 to 1. Volante was the 9 to 4 equal favourite with Juggler. All Our Mob, best of the Waterhouse.
Bart, you showed a rare sign of emotion yesterday when Saintly won that Cox Plate and Cox Plate.
I think I was suffering from hay fever more than anything.
I don't think so, Bart. 23 years since Taj Rossi had won the Cox Plate for you, and you did your 9 Melbourne Cups. Why was it a day of high emotion for you?
Well, the wait for age, the real McCoy, as Chin Lam said when he asked, how would you compare this with the Melbourne Cup? He said, well, this is the real McCoy, wait for age.
We're happy. The best thing to come out of yesterday's race, Ken, was there was no excuse for any horse. They all had their chance to win.
But the Cox Plate was, every horse had his chance. It was a fabulous race, head up, head down, different stages of the straight. You said this will win, that'll win.
Him too. Is there a doubt about Saintly at 3,200 metres?
He's trained by Bart Cummings. That removes any doubt in my mind.
No doubt at all. He'll run the 3,200. He'll run it in the Metropolitan. He's a great chance.
I suppose it's interesting. The Metropolitan was the furthest.
What impressed me about the horse is that he's in the Melbourne Cup with 55.5 and he's drawn a beautiful gate. Now that's going to help him a lot. I can envisage him racing pretty similarly to when Superimpose ran second in the Melbourne Cup that year. Obviously not a 2-miler, but he'll get the very good run.
Barrier 3.
Cup. Lee.
I'll give 4 tips. I'm tipping Doremus to beat Saintly and co-selection third, Oscar Schindler, Arctic Scent.
Going Doremus 1, Saintly 2, like them both, and third, Lee's other one, Count Chivas.
Nothing like a Dane from Doremus and then Saintly.
OK, panel, thanks for being with us.
Of course, overnight was that Lloyd Williams has backed Doremus to win $1 million at the corner of the card yesterday. Tim Gossage is in the betting.
But as I said, they've come for Oscar Schindler in a big way. Doremus, Saintly, nothing like a Dane, are all bracketed. But
Local chances, number 5, Saintly, trained by the master, J.B. Cummings.
circles of gold. Estadada around yet about 2 lengths away, then to Senator. They were followed by the Phantom Chance. Further back then to Arctic Scent. My Kiwi Gold going up around the midfield from Oscar Schindler. He's on the outside of Arctic Scent and Skybow, and then to Remus, Sapio, Cheviot and Boart still last of all. 800 metres to go in the Foster's Melbourne Cup, and it's Great Shot now being pressured by Few Are Chosen. Super Slew to third, a length away, Nothing Like a Dane, followed by Court of Honour. Centergo next, and Saintly's on the inside, followed by Estadada as they turn for home. Now Saintly taken to the outside and is starting to work into it. It's Great Shot being tackled by Nothing Like a Dane. Nothing Like a Dane took the lead. Here is Saintly. Saintly's coming after him. Count Chivas working into the race. Then Super Slew, followed by Senator running on. Oscar Schindler struggling. Saintly hit the lead in the Melbourne Cup. He drew a length in front of Nothing Like a Dane. Count Chivas. Skybow running on. Saintly in front for Darren Beedman. Bart Cummings has got his 10th Melbourne Cup. Saintly's going to win the Melbourne Cup for Darren Beedman and Bart Cummings. Saintly first. Second placing goes to Count Chivas, a great run. Skybow third, then Senator to Remus, Nothing Like a Dane. Cheviot next.
Saintly to the outside, and then came Count Chivas, and further back in the field is Centergo. Oscar Schindler out very wide, Nothing Like a Dane and Saintly at the 300. They reached the lead together from Count Chivas, and then came Grey Shot and Skybow well back. It's Saintly at the 200. Saintly dashing 2 lengths in front. Cummings and Beedman. Cummings going for 10, and he's got it. Saintly well clear of Count Chivas. Nothing Like a Dane and Skybow, but Saintly wins it easily. History at Flemington, an amazing.
What a beautiful ride. He just had him tucked away. I said before the race, there's the great man there on screen, Bart Cummings. 10 Melbourne, tucked him way on the fence. I noticed at about the 1800 you said he's back running 6th on the fence. Wasn't spending an ounce of energy any part of the race.
Darren Melbourne Cup and Bart Cummings is 10th. And the numbers.
But this horse is a super horse now.
He's pretty good. He stays well. He's a good one on the quarter. Let's go for the Japan Cup next.
Did you have it to train this horse for 2 miles after it won the Cox Plate 2 weeks ago? And there it is, the famous star jump.
Flemington, an amazing 10 Melbourne Cups for Bart Cummings, whose winning run began in 1965.
We're all a bit tough. The race is getting harder every year, I reckon, but this turned out pretty easy. I love training him for this.
On November 24th. And the 2 dominant trainers of modern Cup history quinelling the event. Saintly unbeaten in his 3 starts at Flemington, starting at 8 to 1. Count Chivas 33s and Skybow at 50s. And the
Saintly became only the 3rd horse, following Phar Lap in 1930 and Rising Fast in 1954, to win the Cox Plate Melbourne Cup double.
Crown Casino boss Lloyd Williams, who stood to lose $130,000 on De Remus, cut his losses with a Saintly bet.
I backed him to win 100,000.
Steve, 7-9.
Aptly called the Bradman of racing. There's no doubt about it. When it comes to racehorses, Bart is a freak.
Jim, did you? He joined Phar Lap and a small band of those who had won the Melbourne Cup after winning the Cox Plate, but he became only the first horse to win the Cox Plate and the Melbourne Cup without a race between.
His race, during which time he became a very sick horse in Japan. But Cox Plate and Melbourne Cup winner Saintly is entitled to be a short prize favourite for tomorrow's CF4 Stakes at Caulfield, according to the...
Caplingly and Star Dancers close handy, a gap of about 3 lengths. Rubidium. Saintly is 3rd last on settling down, being followed by Rubidium, a length and a half further back as Doremus as they come down the side, and Locked Ray has dropped out to last. Coming up towards the 700-metre marker, and it's Cut Up Rough moving up on the outside to take the lead from Regal Centre. Close in behind them, Flavour, a length further back is Caplingly, followed by Star Dancer, a length and a half. Saintly on the inside of Rubidium. Lock Ray is 2nd last, and Doremus is last of all as they commence the run around the home turn. Cut Up Rough is the leader. He's being tackled by Flavour on the outside. Regal Centre still there on the rails as they head for Homer. Star Dancer is next, followed by Caplington. Saintly's a fair way back, giving these leaders a tidy start as they run to the 200. Regal Centre over on the inside. Cut Up Rough and Flavour. They're clear from Caplingly, followed by Star Dancer. And here comes Saintly down the outside. He's unwinding a big run. It's Cut Up Rough just to lead us on the outside. Saintly! Look at him come, the champion. He hits the front. Saintly, a big effort. Races home to a great win in the CF4. Saintly first, Cut Up Rough second, Star Dancer third, followed by Regal Centre.
Senator in flavour.
He's moving up 3 wide, 1.5 Carptingly Star Dancer. Saintly is in an awkward place with Rubidium outside him coming to the turn. Lockray takes off, Doremus last. At the bend, Cut Up Rough the middle, Flavour the outside, Regal Centre turn in front of Carptingly. And then came Star Dancer and 2 or 3 lengths further back. Saintly spotting the leaders, 5, 250 out. Regal Centre fights back on the inside again, puts his nose in front of Cut Up Rough. Flavour on the outside, then came Star Dancer. Saintly is lengthening, and in the last little bit, he's storming over the top of them. The mighty horse from heaven. Saintly has got up to win it.
And then Saintly laid down the outside of the Adapter, put up a huge performance from there. It's Cut Up Rough, and on the outside, Flavour, and look at him come now. Saintly lifting, mighty performance, Saintly.
A great win to the lead they'd come to see today. What a warm-up for his tilt at back-to-back Australian Cups. Jockey Darren Beedman leapt for joy, and trainer Bart Cummings couldn't have been happier.
He wins whatever you train him for, so not many horses, as you can say, can win under those conditions. He got it, he certainly flew, and he's a real champion, this horse.
It was a comeback.
It was the run of a champion, turning certain defeat into victory. A collective sigh of relief swept Caulfield. Caulfield, the great horse, was back, and Darren Beedman couldn't hide his delight. He's put in some huge performances, but this one impressed deeply.
This one was exceptionally good because he beat a sprint field and gave him a second start from about 200 metres out and beat him home, so that takes some doing. You've got to be a team to do that.
How did you feel?
Yes, Saintly, just what the autumn needed, scoring at even money. Favourite into the St George in a fortnight. And
in winning the All Stakes, Saintly emulated the performances of Attilac, Letzelo and Jeune, who all won the Melbourne Cup before returning to score brilliant first-up victories at 1400.
Everyone, the career of Australia's premier racehorse, Saintly, may be over. The Melbourne Cup winner has broken down, and the best scenario is he'll be sidelined for at least 12 months.
The Chipping Norton is the only Group 1 race run at Warwick Farm. There's only a small field of 5, but what it lacks in quantity, it sure makes up for in quality. Number 1, Juggler, the favourite, is at $1.90. Number short for him. Our old mate Octagonal, and I bet Simon O'Donnell's watching in Melbourne, is at $4.70. Bookmakers have got him a little bit longer. Number 4, Falonte, runner-up at this Cox Plate, and I think he'll beat Juggler today. He's showing $2 to ride down there today, but Shane Dye's no stranger to Octagonal, having won the Cox Plate on him in the spring of 1995.
Hot and depressive day at Warwick Farm. Starters ready now for the Chipping Norton Stakes. They're off and running. Octagonal might have been a shade slow. Circles of Gull bounced out in front over Dew. Hasn't done herself much good today. She's pulled very hard early, and Octagonal is now tacking on at the tail. Past the 800 mark for Lonte, about a neck on Dupain. A length to Juggler, who's racing one off the fence. Dye makes a quick move on Octagonal. Glenn Boss on Juggler. Tried to go with him, but Octagonal showed an amazing turn of speed past the 600. He's exploded around the outside to go to the front as they come to the turn. Daring Tactics by Shane Dye. Will they pay off? He's got Octagonal in full flight on the corner, led by a length and a half to Juggler, who's moving to second. Falonte third, flat to the boards, and the other two are beaten off. Octagonal first into the straight. He's got a 2-length break on Juggler. Boss goes for the whip on Juggler, who's coming out after Rocky. Octagonal's in front, 100 out. Juggler is trying desperately to pick him up, but Bold Tactics by Shane Dye are going to pay off, and he pinches the Chipping Norton. Octagonal beat Juggler. I think Dupain will just get third in front of Falonte, and Falonte about a neck on Dupain. A length to Juggler, who's racing one off the fence. Dye makes a quick move on Octagonal. Glenn Boss on Juggler. Tried to go with him, but Octagonal showed an amazing turn of speed past the 600. He's exploded around the outside to go to the front as they come to the turn. Daring Tactics by Shane Dye. Will they pay off? He's got Octagonal in full flight on the corner, led by a length and a half to Juggler, who's moving to second. Falonte third, flat to the boards, and the other two are beaten off. Octagonal first into the straight. He's got a 2-length break on Juggler. Boss goes for the whip on Juggler, who's coming out after Rocky. Octagonal's in front, 100 out. Juggler is trying desperately to pick him up, but Bold Tactics by Shane Dye are going to pay off, and he pinches the Chipping Norton. Octagonal beat Juggler. I think Dupain will just get third in front of Falonte, and last of the 5.
Well, Daring Tactics by Shane Dye on Octagonal, and you'll hear the reception in Brisbane that this horse gets as he comes back to scale, returning a Group 1 winner today. Octagonal, Australia's favourite horse, too good for Falonte and Juggler. Octagonal, if you back him, $4.70 for the win and $2.20 for the place. That's his 8th Group 1 win, and there'll sure be a fabulous reception for it.
Listen to this. I mean, we're at Warwick Farm. We're not at Moonee Valley, and it's the Chipping Norton Stakes. It's not the WS Cox Plate, and yet the reception here is similar.
Your most famous horse produced one of his most famous victories. I bet you were feeling at one stage, I wish I was in Sydney at Warwick Farm.
I certainly was, Bruce. I mean, he's just a sensational racehorse, and actually I was down the trainer's bar watching it with John Sadler, and I can assure you there was a bit of a tear in the eye, and the tingles are running down my spine.
How
he left up to Shane and how the
Max Gay Waterhouse today in the paper saying it's Shane's greatest ride ever. I mean, he rides for her a lot. I mean, how did you read it?
Yes, I'd say it was a great ride, great horse, and one of those times that you're really proud to be at a race course to see such a happening.
Well, the second horse, Juggler, run very, very well because he's run the same time, broke 33 seconds for the last 600 metres, so you can't take anything away from him.
Look, what a sensational race. He is a people's horse. We've spoken about Saintly being a people's horse. Look at the crowd there yesterday. At Caulfield, where I was yesterday, I was a long way away from it, but fair dinkum, you felt as if you were there. The people were just absolutely enthralled by what this horse did, and particularly what Shane did. Was just such a gutsy ride, and there's happy people everywhere. I'm sure, was that Gay just congratulating you?
Yeah, she was. She congratulated me.
Shane
Congratulated me.
Shane, 32.81 was an unheard of sectional. Did he feel to be going that fast?
Well, when I went, I really went for him. I didn't want to stop and give the rest a chance to pick me up, because if I thought I'd make it into a hard 800 metres, he would win. He would.
Champion racehorse Octagonal will make his final appearance in Melbourne on Monday when he takes on Juggler in the $1.2 million Australian Cup.
Keith, you're going with the Big O. Max, it's his last run in Melbourne.
This is a reversal of form. I thought Keith said that...
A horse like that, well, I said, I've never trained a horse like that. I don't think I ever will, even though we might have a lot of good horses, and maybe in the future he's just something special. That they're sort of horses that come along every 20 or 30 years. And
Quickly, it's 9-2 Doremus, 33 Vianda Cross, 2-1 Juggler, 40-1 Magnet Bay, 7-1 Istedad, 14 Perfect Bound, Octagonal a touch better than 11-4, 7-1 Nothing Like a Dane, 100.
They're racing. Great start too. And Royal Lion, one of the first to jump out with Gull City beginning well. It's down and Juggler. And Nothing Like a Dane hunted up along the inside to take up. It was Nothing Like a Dane on the inside of Perfect Bound, being followed closely by Royal Lion. 2 lengths away, Juggler on the outside of Gull City. A length and a half further back, Vianda Cross, and Doremus is starting to make ground. And a length and a half, Octagonal still back at the tail of the field as they go past the 800-metre mark and come up towards the home turn, where the leader Magnet Bay is challenged by Istedad for the front running, and just in behind the Perfect Bound, getting a beautiful run on the inside, Nothing Like a Dane, followed by Royal Lion. Deeper on the track is Juggler as they come around the home turn, and they're followed after a gap in the field by Gull City, and further back then Vianda Cross, followed by Octagonal, who's working his way to the picture, and Doremus is last of all, 400 metres out in the cup now. Istedad takes the lead, Juggler down the outside, Octagonal is joining in with a good run, and they're followed by Magnet Bay, and further back Gull City getting up along the inside. Juggler's taken it slightly, Istedad, Gull City finishing very fast, Octagonal deeper on the track, it's Juggler just in front with 100 metres left to go. Gull City along the inside, finishing very fast. Octagonal diving at the knees. A great go as they hit the line. Oh, very tight Octagonal. Gull City just ahead of Juggler, and Istedad in a terrific finish in the Australian Cup, followed by Nothing Like a Dane, Magnet Bay behind.
Gull City further back to Remus, then came Vianda Cross and Die, and Octagonal still last. Around the turn in the Australian Cup, they straighten up, and Istedad has gone to the lead. Thompson sooled into the front. Istedad, he's gone for home. A length and a half, Perfect Bound. Here's Juggler putting in his run, and here comes the Big O down the centre of the track with a great run. It's Juggler and Octagonal racing up at the 300-metre mark to grab Istedad. Juggler's put his head in front. Octagonal, Istedad, followed by Gull City. It's Juggler and neck in front. Octagonal trying to lift. Gull City back on the fence. Octagonal, Juggler and Gull City down to the line. Octagonal, he's got there, I'd say.
Juggler gets to Istedad at the 300. Octagonal in turners chiming in, and Gold City gets up on the inside. Juggler, Istedad, Octagonal the outside, and Gold City along the rail. Juggler just in front. Gold City pegging it back with the Big O coming at them. It's Gold City, the Big O to the outside. They hit it. Oh, Jesus.
Over on the inside's Gold City, and down the outside comes Octagonal. And you watch the big fellow put in. He'll get the money. It's Octagonal with Die pushing him, and there's no doubt about him. He gets Gold City. First will be Juggler, second National, fourth in the blue colours. But there's only one Octagonal. The crowd will yell themselves hoarse as Shane Die brings him back to scale, completing it. They said once a lead Juggler back to scale. There's Shane Dye. They used to boo him in Melbourne, but I can assure you they're cheering him today, and well they might.
Yeah, it's pretty spine-tingling, Simon. You know, I mean, he's been something special to me over a long period of time, and I suppose going out from Victoria on a race like that today. I mean, words fail me really. I mean, what do I have to say? He just.
Tagnell, as John told you, has now won 9 Group 1 races, and amazingly, he's won them on 7 different tracks.
He won me get beat at the furlong, and at the 100 I thought I was going to win because I could just feel him. When I started to dig my knees right into him, he found that extra neck. Only champions can do it, and he certainly did it today.
It's great to see it. Who might have backed De Remus, like myself, the news is bad there. De Remus bled, and of course jockey Greg Hall walked back.
He's an amazing horse, isn't he? He only does enough to win, but fantastic horse. He's definitely the best I've ever ridden.
Octagonal gained a narrow verdict. A victory that evoked scenes rarely seen outside of Melbourne Cup time. They stood and cheered, farewelling a horse who's thrilled us at the top level at 2, 3 and 4 years. An emotional... And Octagonal will finish his racing career in Sydney in the autumn. He started at 13-4 today.
Has never before declared that one of his mounts was a champion, but he said it this time, Shane Dye, didn't you?
He's a great horse. He was never going to win this race, and he was gone, and he never hit a brick wall. Most horses do. He kept going, and it was a fantastic win. What you've got to remember also is horses were leading this day on Monday, and it was a front runner's track, and he come from last, so effort than people realise.
He's a fighter. He's a fighter, and that's why everybody loves him. He just never gives in. It's a big go. Cerise colours, and we'll be back shortly. One starting at the top, Istadad is showing at $6.90 or close enough to $7. One chance, 81 for Campaign Warrior. Octagonal, he's into the red, $1.90. That number 7 Arcadia is at $13. Number 8 Circles of Gold is out to $31. Number 9 Nothing Like a Dane is out of point to $7.
I'll be watching the Big O. Off and running in the Mercedes Classic. Came away in a nice even line. Some of the outside brigade are going to lead, I think. Circles of Gold and Flak Jacket are away quickly. Arcady began well. Octagonal's one of the leaders with Campaign Warrior and Istadad going forward, followed by Arcady. Octagonal is awkwardly placed at the moment. Cluttered up on the inside of He's Back on Track and Ebony Grove. Nothing Like a Dane on the outside of Arctic Scent, and back at the tail is Sky Bow. They're on the top turn at the 900 mark. Circles of Gold joined by Magnet Bay. Now they're putting on some speed. In third place, Istadad, who's had a dream run, followed by Flak Jacket. Then the Bandette, Arcady, followed by Campaign Warrior. He's Back on Track is moving forward with Ebony Grove. Octagonal is awkwardly placed. He's cluttered up near the fence, has nowhere to go. He got shuffled back a bit there, followed by Nothing Like a Dane, and then Sky Bow and Arctic Scent, and it's standing room only on the turn. They are packed up very tightly. He's about to shut into the clear on Occy, but he's giving them a fair start as they turn for home. Magnet Bay and Circles of Gold. Istadad looming up to them from Arcady. Octagonal's into the clear. He's starting to wind up here. He comes, the Big O down the outside. Istadad, Arcady, but Octagonal is getting to them with every stride. Arcady put his head in front. Octagonal is lunging as he always does. Istadad fighting back. Arcady and Octagonal. Oh, Arcady maybe. Arcady maybe a nose to Octagonal, who tried his heart out. Istadad, a terrific run of Gold. Istadad looming up to them from Arcady. Octagonal's into the clear. He's starting to wind up here. He comes, the Big O down the outside. Istadad, Arcady, but Octagonal is getting to them with every stride. Arcady put his head in front. Octagonal is lunging as he always does. Istadad fighting back. Arcady and Octagonal. Oh, Arcady maybe. Arcady maybe a nose to Octagonal, who tried his heart out. Istadad, a terrific run third, followed by Magnet Bay. Arctic Sense. Then Nothing Like a Dane. Flak Jacket, the Bandette Cam.
And as they hit the line now, it's Arcady just in front. Octagonal lunges. Let's see it when they pull to the line. There goes his head. We're waiting for the photo. Oh boy, it's up. Number 6, Octagonal is first. Octagonal first in the Mercedes Classic. He put his head in front once more when it mattered, and he grabbed Arcady right on the line.
This is everything going on. What did you think?
Well, actually, I thought the other thing bobbed on the line watching it on TV, but absolutely sensational, mate. I mean, he's a champion, and I mean, only champions do what he's done today. So.
Have you ever seen a reaction at any race course in the world like you've just seen now?
Well, I've seen a lot of good horses, but I've never ever seen anything like this one.
It's just unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
We can still hear them. Please go and enjoy it. Congratulations.
Thanks, Simon.
Ken, that's it from down here. It's just
one breaking out now as the crowd give Roy, the great horse, Roy, the Big O Octagonal, his due. And you'll see the...
No, you just never see this again. The support for a horse. Shane still...
Octagonal, $2 exactly. Yours for theirs on the tote, even money, and $1.30 the place. Second was number...
Well, I wonder, has there been a more emotional, thrilling, memorable day's racing in Sydney? Max Presnell, what do you think?
No, I think we left Rosehill yesterday drunk on octagonal adrenaline.
What a day Golden Slipper Day has been for Octagonal. Second in the Slipper 2 years ago, won the Mercedes last year and won it again. He's 2-1-1 on the biggest day in Sydney race.
The Chief Steward confirmed that Octagonal was behind a half stride before the post and again behind a half stride after it. He's got an amazing record of narrow winning margins.
Seems like that on a race course?
No, haven't really seen them like that. They really went mad yesterday. Like when we were going out, Bob and I, people just wanted to touch our hands and, you know, said, good on you, chickens, you know, and good on you, Jack, good on you, Bob. You know, it's really something, I suppose we'll never get thrills like it. And it's...
Okay, the last word on Octagonal belongs to Shane Day.
3 cheers because we've all witnessed a day we will not recognise for another 10, 20 years. A horse breaking the all-time stakes record in Octagonal. Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray!
Let's look at these prices. Indigaze is now into $3.70. TAB number 1. Number 2, Tarn Per Lane, is also a firmer. So I'd love this to win, $7.50. Ebony Grove is at $9. $41 now for Might and Power. I thought he was a bit overs at 50s. Start at 2-1. And the bottom one, the filly, Denendry, out to $3. 2-1.
I'm on a horse at Ebony Grove. He'll get back, but he'll charge home. It's a very open derby, and I wouldn't be surprised to see what won it.
That's it.
Closely. Off in the derby. Came away in a nice even line. Dan Hendry, eased back by Darren Beedman, is going to tuck straight in behind the field. Don Tristram is making a dive for the early lead over with He's a Dane, Gwyn Ganna, then Emerald Cut and Dan Hendry, and tailed off is Ebony Grove as they go to the 800 metres mark in the derby. It's Don Tristram the leader. Torbellino second. Turn Me Loose third on the outside of Grandmaster. Flak Jacket is flat to the boards, followed by Might and Power, Captain Moonlight, Hero's Return, then Tarn Per Lane, Star Covet, Intergazer still about 8 lengths off the lead as they come to the corner, followed by Gwyn Ganna, then Emerald Cut, well back He's a Dane, Dan Hendry will have to do a mighty job, and last is Ebony Grove. Coming over the rise, and Torbellino hit the lead in the derby from Don Tristram. Further out is Turn Me Loose, and then Flak Jacket, Hero's Return. Coming right down the outside, Tarn Per Lane. Into Gazers, now getting a split between them. Here's Dan Hendry and Ebony Grove coming from Stone, Motherless last. Dan Hendry and Ebony Grove go to the lead together. It's Dye and Beedman, Ebony Grove, Dan Hendry. Desperately close. Ebony Grove maybe a nose to Dan Hendry. Not sure about third, Intergaze or Might and Power, followed by Tarn back. He's a Dane. Dan Hendry will have to do a mighty job, and last is Ebony Grove. Coming over the rise, and Torbellino hit the lead in the derby from Don Tristram. Further out is Turn Me Loose, and then Flak Jacket, Hero's Return. Coming right down the outside, Tarn Per Lane. Intergazers now getting a split between them. Here's Dan Hendry and Ebony Grove coming from Stone, Motherless last. Dan Hendry and Ebony Grove go to the lead together. It's Dye and Beedman, Ebony Grove, Dan Hendry. Desperately close. Ebony Grove maybe a nose to Dan Hendry. Not sure about third, Intergaze or Might and Power, followed by Tarn Per Lane.
Ebony Grove, they ran 2:28.83, which is just over 0.4 of a second slower than the race record set by Octagonal last year. So they really carved the 16, the favourite, Don Tristram. It can't do any better. Outside of him, Hero's Return in the red cap. That's Grandmaster running all over the place in the black and white checks. Torbellino outside of him, Might and Power in the pink pushing through. Then there's one horse there I just can't catch.
Does get interfered with.
Yes, there was a slight hiccup there, but it was a demolition derby. There are a number of horses inside. Might and Power was one that had no luck at all in the straight and was beaten just over a length. I think Intergaze should have finished closer, but that's the derby.
Now for the fourth horse in the derby, a youngster by Octagonal and Learwood sire Zabir. Remember the name, Might and Power.
Into the straight now. He's off the fence on Might and Power, and Might and Power quickly raced up and he ambled to the front on top of the rise. Might and Power shot clear coming to the 200 mark. He put about 2.5 lengths on Sakti, followed by Babu's Boy and then Something Special, but it's all Might and Power. He's been the real surprise packet of the 3-year-old group, an enormous run in the Derby last week, and he deserves this win, and he wins with his head on his chest on Might and Power, and Might and Power quickly raced up and he ambled to the front on top of the rise. Might and Power shot clear coming to the 200 mark. He put about 2.5 lengths on Sakti, followed by Babu's Boy and then Something Special, but it's all Might and Power. He's been the real surprise packet of the 3-year-old group, an enormous run in the Derby last week, and he deserves this win, and he wins with his head on his chest.
The Frank Packer Plate is not a Group 1 race. It's classified as Group 2. But we showed you Might and Power's win as a pointer for the future. The Packer Plate, who's been set for the Caulfield Cup.
People doubted Brian York's statement immediately after the Derby last week when he said Might and Power should have won. Those people might have had a rethink after watching this horse Donkey lick a pretty good field in the Frank Packer. And he deserves this win, and he wins with his head on his chest. Well done, Nick.
His winning margin was 8 lengths. I reckon he could have won by 10 or 15 lengths.
Yeah.
I'd never seen a horse sprint like he sprinted at Randwick. And at the presentation, I says, this is the best horse I've seen since Kingston Town.
Big statement, wasn't it? 600 out as they near the turn. Ruffles clear. Line Hunter in second place. Niggled a bit. Mahogany getting a cushy run third, followed by Unison, Flavour, Clang, Monopolise and Eastern Star tailed off as they come around the corner. Ruffles well clear at the 400 mark over Line Hunter, flat to the boards. Here's Mahogany. Mahogany looming into second place is out after the mare as they top the hill. Golly, Greg Hall looks confident as Mahogany canters alongside Ruffles. Greg says, go boy, and this remarkable 6-year-old Mahogany has exploded away, and he's going to win the inaugural Endeavour Stakes in a cakewalk. Greg keeps him going to the line, and Mahogany bolted in over Ruffles. And a flat to the boards, here's Mahogany. Mahogany looming into second place is out after the mare as they top the hill. Golly, Greg Hall looks confident as Mahogany canters alongside Ruffles. Greg says, go boy, and this remarkable 6-year-old Mahogany has exploded away, and he's going to win the inaugural Endeavour Stakes in a cakewalk. Greg keeps him going to the line, and Mahogany bolted in over Ruffles. Clang has run third, followed by Flavour, Monopolise, Eastern Star.
Just a quick comment, Keith, on one of your favourite horses.
Yes, he's had 8 Group 1 wins, and yesterday's win in Lesser.
To be precise, Greg. Gee, I admire that horse. I can't believe a dual Derby winner could travel like that in a 1,200-metre sprint.
He's just a super horse with blinkers on too. That's a bit of a key to Mahogany as well.
No excuses for any other runner. The best horse won. He's a freak. But I want to congratulate the race. I reckon this race, if they make it up to a $500,000 race, it could get Group 1 status and it will be a success for the AJC. It's a great race.
I just think abandonment of the Queensland Guineas Day last year, and while that won't happen again, bad weather is back though for the race this year. Boom 3-year-old Yippee-I-O is the early favourite for the $170,000 Classic at Eagle Farm. Up and racing, Yippee-I-O was slow to move at the start, and he went straight back to the tail of the field, and Crystal Palace the first to ping out. Summer Bow and Mandu and Paconas got out quickly. Forgotten Hero not far away when they hit the ground. Mighty Golden, Yippee-I-O 3 deep and last. 700 to run. Mandu a half. Crystal Palace, Paconas third outside. Forgotten Hero. Then came our prime mover, Crafty Bows around Summer Bow. Now Beedman's gone on Anthems. He's rushing up quickly, and Cassidy is following him on Yippee-I-O as they neared the corner. And further back in the field is Hornet as they come round the home turn. Into the straight, 4:25 to go. Mandu led Crystal Palace, Paconas, Forgotten Hero. Crafty Bow pulled out, then Summer Bow, and here comes Yippee-I-O with a big run on the outside. Crystal Palace hit the front, 300 to go. Yippee-I-O just about on terms. Crafty Bow got cut out, then Forgotten Hero, but Yippee-I-O went to the lead from Crystal Palace with 100 to go. Then Crafty Bow, Mighty Golden, I like him. They said he was good, they weren't kidding. He is a freak. Yippee-I-O rushed away and won the Guineas from Crystal Palace. Mighty Gold got third.
Front of Crystal Palace, the filly dashed up to go to the lead. She's running out badly, but she's gone to a clear lead. Here comes Yippee-I-O on the outside. Yippee-I-O was after Crystal Palace. He's moved up to hit the lead. Oh boy, they said he was good. He looks really good. 100 metres to go, and away he goes, Yippee-I-O. He is blitzing them in the run to the post, and he's going to win the Guineas by 5 lengths. Yippee-I-O first, and a big victory wave there from Jimmy Cassidy. Crystal Palace second, and Mighty Gold got third.
Brisbane, Wayne, did we see a superstar yesterday with Yippee-Yi-Yo?
Oh, I'm sure we did, Bruce. It was an outstanding performance by the horse to win the way that he did. He went against the pattern of racing at Eagle Farm, came from a mile back, had them covered on the home turn, and really looked good over the final stages of the races. He careered away to win by 5 lengths. Yes, we saw a superstar yesterday.
A man fourth the outside. Then came Forgotten Hero, New Well, Elmer Zayun, Cash for Ashg, Marble Hall to want to get a move on. He's under an awful lot of pressure and he is not getting through the ground around the turn. But the leader is, I'll tell you, Banner Headline. He raced away at the top of the straight. He's 2.5 Spirit of Oregon. Calm Abiding pull to the outside. On the fence then is Cash for Ash and Forgotten Hero wider out, and now Mr. Brannigan running home strongly. Banner Headline in front, Forgotten Hero the outside's gone to him from Mr. Brannigan. Marble Halls is rattling late, Forgotten Hero the leader. Marble Halls is gobbling up the ground in the opposition. He swooped them and under double wraps and he's home. Marble Halls put up an amazing performance to win. Forgotten Hero second.
There is the horse back there at the moment. He's being checked off the heels. He does cop another check in the surprise and in the straight with about 150 to go. And we'll just sit back and listen to your call. And I think you were the most surprised bloke on the course yesterday.
Nicely clear as they head up for the judge. 2 in front. Calm Abiding is coming up to second, and Cash for Ash is going for a needle eye opening on the inside. There's not much room there. He's trying to push through Harris. Forgotten Hero on the outside, and Mr. Brannigan is through in the centre. 100 metres to go. Forgotten Hero on the outside, swept to the lead. Here's Marble Halls. Marble Halls is flying o'er under double wraps from Oliver. He cruises past Forgotten Hero and won the race. Outstanding.
Seen anything like it before?
No, I haven't. No, I have not. It was an amazing performance. Did you see how he eased up on him over the final stages? Have a look at him there. He's 3 off the pace. He's digging him up to pick them up. He picked them up in one stride, and just look at him in this last 50 metres. He cruises to the post. I spoke to Damien after the race yesterday, Bruce, and he said potentially, I don't know whether it was a heat of the moment statement or not, but he said potentially it's the best horse he's ridden.
Gee, that's a huge rip. And Poetic King.
Second.
Marble Halls and Yippee-Yi-Yo, the clash. I think at this stage I'd be going Marble Halls, Bruce.
Don't be surprised if we're looking at a Caulfield Melbourne Cup favourite there. Bubble ran home.
Richard, that was some win.
That was an outrageous performance. That I've rarely seen one of ours do something like that. He was finished at the furlong, and you know, in a traffic jam there, and just came from nowhere. He ran, and he'd have to be the one to beat in the Derby, I think.
Can he win a Melbourne Cup?
Oh, that's a toughie. Yeah, I reckon he might.
Struth. Hey, Shane, the Queensland Derby Quinella will pay about $1.60. Yippee-Yi-Yo and Marble Halls.
But isn't it funny, John? 3 weeks ago, everyone had Yippee-Yi-Yo, a short price favourite, Melbourne Caulfield Cups, Queensland Derbies, odds on. This horse here shouldn't be entitled to start favourite, and I think looks the winner.
Yeah, can he win a Melbourne Cup, as Richard says he can?
Definitely. No doubt. His win. I've never seen a horse do what he did. Damien ran into 3 dead ends on him yesterday, and he still picked himself up to win. Yeah. It was just unbelievable, and it was a good field. It wasn't a bad field.
Queensland Derby has been a great talking point all week. It features the clash of 2 exciting 3-year-olds with Yippee-Yi-Yo and Marble Halls.
Going $2.60, odds of 13 to 8. Marble Halls favourite, but just $2.50, odds of 6 to 4. 30 to 1 for Godring
Hornet, a length and a half to Marble Halls. He's in midfield with plenty of galloping room at the moment. How Bizarre on the fence, then Payatinsky. Cassidy about to go forward on Yippee-Yi-Yo, then Blue Gum and Summer Bow on the fences last. 700 metres to go. Sakti the leader from Forgotten Hero. Cash for Ash third from Biter Man. Marble Halls is now going forward on the outside from Hornet. Banner Headline. Yippee-Yi-Yo is trackling Marble Halls to the home turn from How Bizarre, Summer Bow, and then Payatinsky and Blue Gum is last. Around the corner, 450 to run on the Derby, and the leader Forgotten Hero from Vita Man. Marble Halls coming up, and Yippee-Yi-Yo on the outside, and then Summer Bow. The pressure's on, 300 metres to go. Marble Halls and Yippee-Yi-Yo, they've taken the lead together with Yippee-Yi-Yo dashing past Marble Halls, which won't give up, and then Summer Bow. Yippee-Yi-Yo ducked in on top of Marble Halls, and they're together with 100 to go. Yippee-Yi-Yo and Marble Halls. Yippee-Yi-Yo's a neck in front. Marble Halls can't pick him up, and Yippee-Yi-Yo wins a great derby. Yippee-Yi-Yo beat Marble Halls 6 lengths away, third Summer Bow, and then Blue Gum, Vita Man, Payatinsky for
Marble Halls is poised there, third on the outside. Yippee-I-O fourth the outside. This is what we've been waiting for. 300 metres to go, and both boys go full board now. Yippee-I-O got away from Marble Halls. It's Yippee-I-O a neck in front. Marble Halls is kicking again on the inside. It's Marble Halls and Yippee-I-O. Yippee-I-O a neck in front of Marble Halls. Yippee-I-O just in front of Marble Halls. They're drawing to the line. Jimmy Cassidy with the whip in the air, and he said, yippee! Yippee-I-O has won the derby.
This was the highest rated Queensland derby in memory. With two
mature, but I think we've got a couple of great stayers coming up for the spring.
They're going to meet again in the Cups, and Damien Oliver saw
Back to you, Ken.
Seasoned, a strong staying effort, living up to the huge raps jockey Jim Cassidy has put on the 3-year-old. First and second horses should provide some great entertainment in the spring.
And I think the thing that was interesting too is that the third horse is No Mug. He's a very good horse in his own right, and they beat him out of sight, Summerbow.
Well, he's a two-time weight for age winner, Bruce, and yet they beat him by 5 lengths. It was a full credit to both horses, outstanding performances, and as you say, Bruce, one of the great derbies.
It was well, boys, they're potential stars of the spring. Which one do you think will go on the best?
Well, I think the best horse won yesterday, Yippee-I-O. I thought his was the best run in the race. He was the best horse. But I think come the spring, I'd like to be on the second horse, Marble Halls. I think he's really the horse of the future. What do you think?
They're both pretty good horses today. The thing it did show, the Queensland Derby was the Derby of the year. Like Portland Player won in Melbourne, Ebony Grove won in Sydney. They'd have both got run over by those two horses yesterday. They're the best 2 3-year-olds.
Today, with triple Group 1 winner Poetic King ruled out of the $1 million Stradbroke handicap at Eagles Farm.
Yeah, all these are around about the same. Accomplice 9 to 4. Oh, as I speak, he's back into $3.10, so just over 2 to 1. Blazing Steel at $6.10, around about 5 to 1. Down near the bottom, Malagua has come in a couple of points.
Second last, Blazing Steel is last. 800 to go, Quick Flick at a good bat led. Malagua, Celestial Choir, Accomplice in the box seat, fourth on the inside. Confiscate fifth, then Lord Luskin, Catlin opening Eastern Star. Mamselle Padril travelling deep from Dane Ripper, Cohort, Kidman's Code, Future King, Super Dane. Further back in the field, Faience as they near the home turn, monopolised deep from Shame. Blazing Steel last, about to come to the outside. In the straight, 4.25 to go. Quick Flick joined by Malagua. Confiscate about a length away on the outside. Accomplice in the middle. Wider out on the track. Celestial Choir, Catlin opening, and Mamselle Padril and Dane Ripper. Quick Flick in front of the 200 metres mark. Accomplice getting out inside Malagua. Celestial Choir, and look at Dane Ripper, the filly down the outside. Dane Ripper's coming with giant strides after Quick Flick. Quick Flick and Dane Ripper. Dane Ripper's going the better. Dane Ripper wins the Stradbroke. Dane Ripper from a photo between Quick Flick, Celestial Choir and Future King flew home, then Blazing Steel, Confiscate, Eastern Star. Then came...
Now they head for the judge in the Stradbroke, and it's Quick Flick the leader. Malaguara is given full bore on the outside. He's trying hard to reach him. Accomplice is there in the centre, squeezing through. Celestial Choir on the outside with Confiscate. Catlin opening is running on, and Dane Ripper right down the outside. The Greys kick Quick Flick. He's just in front. He's leading by a length on Celestial Choir. Dane Ripper out wide is finishing brilliantly. She's going to get the money, I think. Yes, Dane Ripper first.
Dane Ripper was...
Are you confident?
I thought she had a great chance, yeah, at the weights, and she's never really reached her ultimate potential, I didn't think. And as a young horse, she run the Golden Slipper, but she wasn't quite seasoned and matured at that time. But she's going to be a lovely mare from now on, I'd say.
You've done it again.
Went to Dane Ripper, another Stradbroke handicap for Bart Cummings after victories with Never Under Charge and Campaign King, starting at the good.
Bart, as I mentioned, Blazing Steel was held up in the straight. Maybe should have finished in a place, but let me tell you, nothing would have beaten Dane Ripper.
Well, park your peepers on this win by Blazing Reality in the Mercedes-Benz. Look on the right-hand side of your screen. Look for a yellow cap near the tail of the field. You won't believe this.
600 metres to go. Natoile led Lily Acius, Rancho's Coup. Sir Tatters fourth. Chief De Beers has moved into a close fifth. Specialised deep as they come round the bend from Harvey Ladd, followed by Corregidor. Lord Luskin, Blazing Steel second last. Blazing Reality still last. 400 metres to go, and Natoile raced away. He's 3 lengths to Lily Acius. Chief De Beers is running home under his big weight on the outside. And then Rancho's Coup. Natoile in front, 200 metres to go. Chief De Beers is coming after Natoile, and Blazing Reality is starting to motor. Blazing Reality hasn't been in the race, but he's about to be. Chief De Beers hit the lead. Blazing Reality went over the top of him and did him in. Oh, Blazing Reality, what a run.
Giving them a mile start as they straighten up, and back last Blazing Steel. Natoir is the leader. They're in the straight now, 350 metres to go. Natoir ridden along, got away from them, 2 lengths in front. Chief De Beers is up to second on the outside, coming after Natoir. Rancho's Coup is running on as well, and then Sir Tat. Blazing Reality right down the outside, Natoir in front. Here comes the Chief. The Chief is coming after him, and Blazing Reality. Blazing Reality is flying on the outside. Chief De Beers, Blazing Reality. Blazing Reality on the outside fence has got up to win it.
So, Wayne, how would you compare him?
A horse who created an impression here last year, King Grande, won the Lightning and he won the Mercedes-Benz. I'd say he's as good as, probably a little bit better than King Grande. Now, King Grande, young improved, look out for him in the spring. I think he's a top-line sprinter.
And Reality is flying on the outside. Chief De Beers, Blazing Reality. Blazing Reality on the outside fence has got up to win it.
So, Wayne, how would you compare him?
A horse who created an impression here last year, King Grande, won the Lightning and he won the Mercedes-Benz. I'd say he's as good as, probably a little bit better than King Grande. Now, King Grande, young improved, look out for him in the spring. I think he's a top-line sprinter.
And